Hello, friends. Hope you're doing well. Today, I've been thinking more and more about, everyone's looking for something in life, and we all hope that we find it. And it's you've heard this a million times, but I think it's worth reinforcing. I feel like the thing that we're all looking for is already sort of inside of us. So I feel like we have sort of this deep desire and want for it, right? This thing, whatever it is, and it can come in many different shapes in sort of forms. I'm thinking about a feeling that I've been really having lately, and it's something that really has been bubbling up inside of me, and it's always the feeling that comes back maybe every 10 or 12 years for me. And the feeling is I want to sort of save my life or get my life on track. And it's not that my life is off track, but I feel like when you live anywhere on this planet, there is endless choices of things to do in the physical realm, and I think we're all curious. And I think our curiosities can get us into habits and routines that throw us off track from our main purpose of what we are and what we do and what we would like to exhibit most deeply. That thing that's in us most deeply can only be expressed via the right thing, the right path, the right habits, the right routine, the right sort of answer to the calling that you have deepest down within you. Anytime I feel that I'm off track, or anytime that I feel that we're off track as a people, I think we lose insight on what's deepest within us. We lose track of answering that call. I believe that on a scientific level, each of us is made one of one. Every living person has unique genetic material. Therefore, whatever is inside of us can't be the same, right? If we're all different, even down to the fingerprint, then I think we're all different, even down to what we want to do and what we need to do and what we're called to do. So, to touch on this sort of thing that's deepest down inside of you, one of the easiest protocols that I think that I've been touching on is silencing the mind. And then the other thing that I've been really using sort of to navigate this thing and get back on track is I've been asking myself the simple question: what excites you? What makes you overwhelmingly enthusiastic? Think about the day you're having, let's say today. Think about what you're going to do today or maybe tomorrow or whatever. What excites you? Now, I know we have responsibilities. I know there's things that you have to do, and those responsibilities are things that are investments and they make you feel good down the road. But day to day, each day, what makes you just crazy enthusiastic? What makes you just crazy excited? So this is where I think we get off track. I personally feel like the things that make me excited and the things that make me deeply enthusiastic are hard. Those things are hard to do. To answer a calling, to answer what I feel is sort of deepest inside of you, takes some real effort. You're not just going to walk up and get it. But I think it's worth to find that, and I think it's worth to do the difficult thing to sort of answer and find that calling, the thing that makes you excited and enthusiastic. Now, to tie sort of everything in that I'm saying, I think the thing that distracts from the thing that makes you genuinely excited and enthusiastic is the thing that makes you feel whatever the sub-ideology of excitement and enthusiastic is, right? It's like there are natural highs in life, right? Real highs, and then there are recreational highs, fake highs. I think sometimes, like for instance, right now I'm watching a TV show, Severance. I like Severance. I like the show. I learn a lot from the show, and I'm excited every time a new episode comes out. But the more I look and I analyze that excitement, it's not a real excitement, right? It's excitement, right? But it's not a real excitement. There's two types of excitements that I'm realizing that I experience, and both are okay. But I think the balance in managing of them is what I've feel is become essential for myself and for all of us. In the world we live in, there are so many things that will sort of excite you. And those things are quite exciting. But within you, in that quietness, in that really depth within you, there's something that's like, it'll excite you and sustainably excite you, right? And I think the marker, the difference is the expiration date. So I think to know what that calling is that makes you most enthusiastic and makes you most excited, you want another hit, and it keeps getting better every time you get another hit. Versus, let's say, binging a TV show you really like. You get a hit, then you get another hit, then at some point the law of diminishing returns starts to set in, and by the time you get to that, full day of watching TV and doing nothing, you don't feel better, right? The enthusiasm, the excitement has sort of waned, let's say, so to speak. Versus when you do the thing that's inside, when you chase the thing that makes you most enthusiastic and excited within yourself, that's worth it. That's worth like everything. That's worth doing, and I think that's worth living a life for and seeking a life after. So, okay. To know the difference between what makes you excited is just a matter of the fruit, right? Jesus would say, you shall know a tree by the fruit that it bears. And it's really that simple. What's the result of how you feel? Is it true excitement? Does it truly last? That's your calling. Or is an excitement that you just feel comes and goes and it's sort of a fad excitement? Those are sort of excitements of the world. And we have so many of those, and they're so tempting and they're all over the place. But to get yourself back on track to your calling, I think you can simply get in touch with that feeling of excitement and enthusiasm that sustains you, that makes you want another hit after hit after hit after hit, to the point that you have built some empire simply around being excited. So much of bodybuilding, every time I'm sort of on the other end of, let's say, some extremely impressive results, I always hear people say things like, oh, it must have taken so much discipline and it must have taken so much hard work and dedication. Yes, but those things all come standard equipped with enthusiasm. Those things all come like as part of the package of true, genuine enthusiasm and excitement. There's no need to sort of put on a heavy slave driver like discipline in the morning and in the afternoons and have to push yourself and keep spinning your head talk to say, come on and push and let's drive it harder, if you're in genuine enthusiasm, if you're genuinely doing what you're excited about. So the North Pole, the Northern Star, to get your life on the track that you need to have it on and to be the person I think that you want to be, is what makes you enthusiastic, what makes you excited sustainably. You remember when you were a kid? What made you excited? What made you enthusiastic when you were young? What made you say, ooh, right? What made you just go crazy? I remember when I was a kid, I had this neighbor, Danny Kukilski, my younger brother, Troy. We would get all these neighborhood kids together and we would get a camera, whatever cameras they had back in the 90s. And we would make movies. Like I would record them, I would direct them, I would act in a few scenes, and we would get kids from the neighborhood. Then we'd have, like, by the end of the day, 12 kids and a few cousins here and there in a movie. It was just exciting. It was exciting, right? When I was a kid, I would just love to race people. I would love to race. I would love to throw, play football, run, and all these things that excited me have become genuinely a part of what I do today, as a career builder, as a someone who makes a living doing things with cameras and all these things that genuinely and enthusiastically excited me. So, kind of to conclude on this, and where I think trusting and enthusiasm within a silent self and trusting your excitement sort of from that zone of silence will take you. I think it'll take you all the way, right? As I stated earlier, I believe that you are a one of one. There's no one like you. I would like to read something from the Bible. This is from the Old Testament, or the Torah, whatever you want to call it, from the prophet Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah. It's very popular. Everyone knows this. This is Jeremiah getting a vision in from God. You can sort of say, for the sake of story, for the sake of understanding in this context, take whatever definition that you have of the higher being, take whatever definition you have of God and the Most High, and let's just call it the supreme meaning, as Carl Jung would say, right? The thing that organizes the intelligence, the thing that organizes all of the elements, whatever that is, and however you picture it, just let's call it that thing, the thing that made your DNA, whatever you want to call it. This thing is saying to you, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Really think about that, right? If your DNA, genetically, on a scientific level, right, we don't even got to really make it about Judaism or Christianity or any of the Abrahamic faiths. That's true, right? There is a potential kid in the next 100 years who's going to be a one of one. That kid's going to be born with a genetic set of DNA, with a genetic set of location. And to us, though it may look random, the universe is sort of expressing all of these unique one-off experiences, one of one of one of one of one of one time. And within that, each thing, each living thing is set apart, right? And I think you can take the words set apart and put that in an egotistical way, right? Ego loves to compare. Ego loves to be better. Ego loves to be sort of higher than another person. But I don't think it's set apart for you to be better than anybody. I don't think it's set apart for you to be up or down or left or right. I think it's set apart for you to do specifically one job. I believe that if God, universe, whatever you want to call this infiniteness that we're in, made you, created you, has you, let's even say, as a one-of-one, not a carbon copy of something else, as a one-of-one, I believe within you, you're set apart. And to find what sets you apart is what makes you genuinely excited. What makes you tickle? What makes you feel enthusiastic? And I feel that sometimes we can be so jaded and so heavy in our fake excitement and our fake excitement crap that we just forget what we like. And we just can't get back to the basics of when we were a kid, and we just did it because it just brought me immense joy. So if you're like me and you have a career, and once you say it, I was a kid and I started doing this and I love it, it makes me excited. Get excited again. Do what excites you. Do your responsibilities, but carve some time out to do what genuinely excites you. This might be simply saying, let me do something new. Let me do some novelties. Let me try something I never tried. Let me turn this rock over this way. Let me switch some things up. Do what excites you. Just do what makes you genuinely enthusiastic. Not what's new because it's popular, not what's new and it's hot, not what's trending, but from here. Before you were formed in the womb, this thing knew what you were going to be up to. So set yourself apart with that excitement. Follow that trail, sniff that trail of what makes you excited, and do that. And that thing will grow and compound to something that it's unbelievable where that trail will take you. So, okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video. Leave a comment if you have anything to add to this. I've really been appreciating people in these videos. Oh yeah, coaching. Gotta do my coaching commercial. So I coach full time, and I really think coaching is a powerful thing for people who want to get their physiques together. I coach a general population of people. I coach competitors. And I'm a good coach. I put a lot of this into what I do, and that's pretty much what I love to do. It excites me to help. Okay, that's it. Thank you all. Talk soon.